Doug Marquand worked his butt off to make sure no teacher was laid off during the recession. He let us know he had our backs. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I just want to do a little demonstration to help you appreciate your teachers. Okay. Teacher Exhibit A. Lesson planning, grading practices, flexi-sketch, planning intervention, doing intervention, teaching advisory, SBAC, technology, common assessments, PE logs, creating CTE pathways, teaching dual credit, reteaching, creating retakes, grading late work, parent conferences, masking, not masking, parent protests, incompletes, illegal videotaping of teachers, social media and TikTok challenges, following IEPs and 504s, PLCs, social emotional of students, our own families, lack of student discipline. And now for the finale. You get to juggle all this. Keep juggling. What are you doing? Okay? You get to move in 17 days or be written up with no compensation and 10 free boxes. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. You can do it. Do it for the kids. Don't stop juggling, though, or we might write you up. Remember, when Placer Union High School District used to be about quality schools, when we focused on the humanity of teaching and learning and how that motivated learning, both for the teacher and the student. We had positive relationships with administration when we respected and worked hard for. When Dave Horsey was superintendent, he made time to help me with Interact Club every other week. Bart could always be counted on, Bart O'Brien, for a great conversation, expressing sincere interest in my life. He still does. Doug Marquand worked his butt off to make sure no teacher was laid off during the recession. He let us know he had our backs. Eric Rakin was actually the one district administrator. Steve also did this, but he was at my site, who came and checked on me after Carl committed suicide. That was a huge gesture on his part, and I will never forget it. In the old days, teachers felt cared for, and our district was a community of learners and educators. We wanted to get better at our craft and look forward to the in-service in March to learn. For the most part, admin listened to us. Dual credit, CTE pathways, common assessments, grading practices, and the like are only as good as the teachers. If teachers feel unsupported, not listened to, and disrespected, the programs will not be as good as they could be. I leave you here with one question, and I've asked you this before, and I like you guys. I mean, I want a relationship. I do, and I know all of our teachers do too. It drives us to be better. Do you think that you can start listening to us and show us respect for our knowledge and teaching experience through actions, not emails, so we can move forward united, not divided, for the sake of the district students and future students? Thank you.
Thank you. Haley Fonseca.
Good evening. Thank you for having me tonight. It's an honor to speak on behalf of Placer FFA and their agriculture department. If you don't know me, I'm the agriculture science teacher at Placer High School and the devoted FFA advisor there. Yesterday, I found out some great news, but it wasn't that I'm moving. It's that I'm not moving. I was supposed to go back to my original classroom of 614. You might ask, why is that important? $95,000. That's where I'm building my greenhouse. We talk about equity, quality schools, vigor. How am I supposed to do that if I'm transporting my ornamental horticulture kids from upper campus to lower campus every day? What happens when I have a kid in a wheelchair? What happens? Those aren't questions that I can answer. Throughout my 3 years here in the Placer District, where I'm so excited to be, so excited to grow, I've developed a pathway. I've doubled agriculture enrollment and A through G courses. I've partnered with Sierra College through multiple dual enrollment courses. My soil chemistry class started with 16 kids. I had kids on the wait list this year. How can Placer FFA move forward when we're paddling the boat upstream? How? I didn't get to find this through an email. I didn't get to find this out through a handshake. I got to find this out from my peers before a staff meeting. What can I do to make sure that Placer FFA, all ag students, are held to the standard of quality school, vigor, and equity? Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Gardetto.
Thank you. My name is Mike Gardetto. I've been teaching at Placer High School this is my 29th year. 10 days ago, my father passed away, and I'm still struggling with it. Lifelong Roseville resident, attended Sierra College when it was part of the Auburn community. I have this diploma here from Sierra College, Auburn, 1956. Remember the day that I got hired. Mike Danforth put me in his keys in the summertime. I took my dad up to Placer, and I was walking around the campus, and we walked into the math hall, and my dad goes, "I had History 17B in the classroom that you're teaching in." And that classroom, I've had plenty of times to move. I mean, I probably teach in the smallest classroom in the math department, if not the smallest classroom on the campus, and I haven't moved. I had a chance to move to bigger classrooms in our department, but that classroom means a lot to me. But this isn't about me. I'm still feeling a lot of grief about my dad, and wanted to tell you about how much it's still affecting me now. But this is about moving entire departments during a summer where we're almost getting back to normal at Placer. We've dealt with construction. Kids have been able to, our kids are survivors right now. They've gone through a lot. To start the school year with 4 different departments in 4 different places, I feel that it's the wrong thing to do at exactly the wrong time. We have a great deal of faculty members that want to stay put and would like to know some really reasons why, beneficial reasons why we're going to be asked to pack up our things and move out during, I guess, what would be the summertime. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Eric Rodarty.
Hi, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Eric Rodarty, and I am a math teacher at Placer High School. In my 21 years of teaching, I have never been so frustrated and upset with a district administration as I am now. I care deeply about my students, their academic success, as well as their mental health and well-being. The same cannot be said about our district administration. I, as well as 28 of my fellow teachers, are being forced to move classrooms. This decision is not in the best interest of the teachers nor the students. I recently mentioned the move to all of my classes, and every single one of my students expressed immediate frustration and anger. Most of them expressed a similar sentiment of, can we not just have a normal year for once? This document, which I will give to you if you will take it, I have one for each of you, contains signatures from 50 out of 50 returning tenured teachers stating that we adamantly oppose the directive that we must move classrooms. Moving classrooms will not increase student achievement. In fact, for the immediate future, it will add even more anxiety and stress to an already fragile population. These kids have endured the onset of COVID, distance learning, hybrid learning, mask mandates, constant quarantines, numerous restrictions to school activities, and a brand new schedule next year. Not to mention that they are still trying to navigate a campus that is under construction. This is not the time to make another change. I'd like to point out that on this document, there are over 20 teachers that signed this document that will not be part of the room change. That's 20 plus teachers unaffected by the change that still thought it was important enough to sign this document in support of their colleagues and in opposition to this administrative directive. And if you really think about it, I believe this brings to light a bigger systemic problem that we have in this district. We, the teachers, are the ones that are in the trenches. We're the ones doing the work. We work tirelessly for the last 2 years, learning Google Classroom, Canvas, smartboards, FlexiSketch, and reinventing core curriculum in order to maintain as much student learning as possible while trying to maintain our own mental health. We, the teachers, are the ones on the front lines, yet our voices are not being heard. Here is a document showing a whole campus that is united in opposition, a document that states numerous reasons why the room change is not a good idea. This decision was not motivated by students, was not motivated by teachers, was not even motivated by our own principal. This decision was 100% made and now forced on us by individuals that are not on our campus. Thank you. And I would love to hand these out if you are okay with that.
Thank you. Okay. We are way beyond our public hearing. It's okay? Should we move forward? Okay. 7.2, public hearing notice, Sunshine of Associated Teachers of Placer, ATP reopeners with the PUHSD. Comments? We will close the public hearing. Okay, superintendent report.
Start with the students. Lucas, in your report.